Hey, good morning, villagers. As promised, we were going to go into learning some big words. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about words before we go on. So, we know that words, they're made up of sounds. So, we take those sounds and we put them together to form syllables. And then from those syllables, we have words. And so words have parts. They might have one part or they may have multiple parts, but those parts are our syllables. All right. So this is an easy peasy word. What's this word? If you said cat, you are correct. This word is cat. This word only has one part. It's one syllable, one push of breath. Cat. But if we do this word is catnip. Catnip. So catnip is a type of material that's used to draw cats in. It's a scent that you can put on things. Some things are made with catnip, but it's something that is used to draw cats in to an object, to a person. Catnip. All right, so catnip has two parts. Each part is a push of breath. It's two syllables. Cat, nip. So I have to say it with two syllables or two pushes of breath. So I wanted to try a few, and this is just a listening activity. So I want you to listen, and we're going to identify the word parts and how many parts there are. So the first word is dishpan. Dishpan. How many parts does dishpan have? How many syllables are in the word dishpan? I'm hearing two, dishpan. And so the first syllable or the first part is dish. The second syllable or the second part is pan. Dish, pan. Let's try another one. Tennis. How many syllables or word parts do you hear in the word tennis? Tennis. So I hear tennis. Tennis. It's two parts. It's two syllables, two pushes of breath. As 10, that's my first push of breath. Ness. Tennis. The first part is 10. The second part is ness. Tennis. Let's try another one. Robin. Robin. How many syllables or word parts are in the word robin? So that's two parts. The first part is rob. The second part is in. Rob in. All right. So let's try to do some on our own with our word board. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about the words as we build them, because we're also going to learn some rules for how we can identify where to separate the words. So if we already know the word, like bathtub, we already know that the first part is bath and the second part is tub for bathtub. But if we see the word bathtub and say we didn't know the word bathtub, how would we know where to divide it? So that's what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about how to know when to divide the syllable. So rules for dividing syllables. So today we're going to learn 3 rules for dividing syllables. The first rule is you would divide between 2 consonants. Okay. So I have my word here. So in order to spell or read unknown words or words I don't know that are big, I first want to do it by parts or one syllable at a time. So when I'm looking at this, in order to divide it, I need to look for my vowels. There's my first vowel. There's my second vowel. So when I see a word that has a vowel and I see that it's separated by consonants, I'm going to try to split that word into parts. So I'm going to split in between my vowels. So the first rule says that we can split between two consonants. So I found my vowel. There's two consonants in between, so I can just split them just like this. So my first word is sun. My second word is fish. My second part is fish. Sunfish. There's my vowels, my consonants. I'm going to split it by the consonant. Sunfish. Let's try another one. I have this long word here. First thing I'm going to do is identify where my vowels are. Good morning. I have a vowel here, and I have a vowel here. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to divide between my consonants. So I have two consonants here, so I'm trying to get my first part to read, and then here's my second part to read. Cat, nip. Catnip. So this is a strategy that we can use to help us read words that are big. So today, all of the examples that we have are all closed syllables. And so remember, a closed syllable has one vowel. And that vowel is closed in by a consonant, one or more consonants, and that consonant is making the vowel short. So this word has two closed syllables. Catnip. So that's the rule if we have two vowels, and in between those two vowels, we have two consonants. So we divide in between the consonant. So let's try another one that only has one consonant in the middle. So for this one, I'm going to identify my vowels. And then I notice that there's one consonant in the middle. What should we do? If there's one consonant in the middle, we're going to close in the first syllable. And then we still have this syllable is still closed in. So then we'll read this. Hab, it. Habit. 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 It should be a habit to read every day. Habit. Something that you want to keep doing over and over again. All right. So remember, identify my vowel. And because it's only one consonant in between my vowel, I'm closing it in to the first syllable. Let's try with another one. First things first, I need to identify where my vowels are. There's a vowel. There's a vowel. In between the vowel, there's one consonant. To separate this word into parts, I'm going to close in my first syllable with the consonants. Relish. 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 I like to put relish on my hot dog. Relish. Identify the vowel. There's one consonant in between the vowel. I'm going to get my first part by closing in my first syllable. And there's my second syllable. Relish. Talked about when there's two consonants in between. And then we're just going to separate those consonants. Then we talked about when there's one consonant in between the vowels. We're going to take that consonant and close in the first part to make it a closed syllable. But what if there's three consonants in between the vowels? What do we do then? Let's find out. So when there's three consonants, we're going to keep the digraphs together. Look at this word. I'm going to identify my vowels. I have a vowel here and a vowel here. In between the vowel, I notice that there are three consonants. 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our digraph together and close in the first syllable or the first part. So the first part, bath, tub, bathtub. Identify the vowels. There's 1, 2, 3 consonants in the middle. Separate the consonant, the digraph, to the first, closing the first part or the first syllable. Bath, tub. Compound word means there's 2 real words to form one bigger word. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, identify the vowel. There's one vowel. There's the other vowel. What I notice in between the vowel that there are 1, 2, 3 consonants. There are 3 consonants in between the vowel. So what do I need to do? Remember, I have to keep my digraph together. So I'm just going to close in the first vowel, the first part. And so there we go. Nut, shell. So then my digraph just goes in with the second syllable or the second part. Nut, shell. Let's try with a different one. First thing I'm going to do is identify my vowels. There's a vowel. There's a vowel. Then I'm going to look in between the vowel at the consonants. And so in this one, CK is a consonant digraph. I'm going to close in my first syllable and keep my digraph together. Rock it. Rocket. There's my vowels. In between them is the consonants. This is a consonant digraph. I'm going to keep it together. Rocket. Divide between 2 consonants. So if I have this word, I see my vowels. I'm going to divide between the N and the F. So sunfish. So say I have 1 consonant in between the vowels. Then I'm going to close in the first syllable. So have it. If I have 3 consonants together, I have to keep my digraphs together. So for the example of bathtub, there's my vowels. I'm closing in the first syllable with the digraph. For nutshell, I still want to keep my digraph together, so I'm going to close in the first syllable with the T, the consonant T, and then shell would go into the second syllable. For rocket, in between my vowels, I have a digraph, a consonant digraph, so I'm going to close in my first syllable, rock, and then my second syllable is et, rocket.